What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of He Said, She Said. I am your host, Super Chad. I'm here today with two beautiful guests. Go ahead and introduce yourself and a fun fact about yourself.
What's good, y'all? My name is Tyler Freeman. I'm an artist, songwriter. Live out here in LA.
I am Emma Fur, and I'm from a small town in Colorado.
Okay. So this question actually is really good to start off because you guys both fresh out. Do you guys have any nasty breakup stories starting with Emma?
I mean, it's not nasty, but it's kind of funny. I got cheated on, and
How'd you find out?
because the girl called me and she's like, "Have you been with him?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was actually waiting for somebody to tell me because he already got caught up.
Yeah.
But I couldn't prove it because he went to the girls and was like, "If you tell her the truth, she's gonna ruin your life." So the girls were scared to tell me. And then finally, I had this one girl like, "You do not fuck with this bitch." Like, she is straight up, and she like was like, "Girl, I was with him last weekend. I saw that you just had to post him." I'm like, "Girl, period." And so then I like text him like, "We done. You know for exactly what." And then I got letters in my mailbox.
From him?
Yes, that was wrote in poetry, and then he put the little corsage on it.
Okay.
From like homecoming. This dead wilted flower was like on the envelope. Yeah.
So he tried. So can you say that he still loves you because you try to make up for it?
No, like he just got caught up. But he only cares because he got caught.
Okay. So,
I mean,
so I guess my next question to know from that is, how long do you think it was going on?
I think we dated for like 3 years. I think it was like the whole last year of a relationship.
Damn.
And I knew the shit was true because the girls would tell their best friends and their best friends would tell me. And then I would go to the girls and like, "No, it's not true." And they're like, "I feel like you don't believe me." Because I'm like, "Girl, you've been already snitched on, but I'm not going to tell you who snitched on you."
Gotcha.
And then once I had Cammie call me, we'll blur out that name. But when she called me, I was like, "Thank you, girl, for getting me out of this. I'm ready."
So I guess the next thing final thing I'll ask, so we move on to Young Viz over here, is what made you feel like something is going on? Because you get that feeling. Was it him not responding to texts, him going long periods of time without talking to you? Like, what was the feeling you got?
Men are just stupid. Like, they get lazy with it. Like, you guys can be so sneaky at first, and then
Yeah.
you guys fucking slip up with the minuscule fucking thing. Like, the tiniest little fucking thing. And for him, it was just, like, being weirdly fucking sus about, like, going to parties and being kind of weird about if I come or doing this. Or it was being over fucking bearing and being a blatant dick to me because he was cheating. So then he was all up in my ass being like, "Well, what are you doing? Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Why are you being fucking crazy? You're being crazy because you are doing shit. You're doing exactly what you don't want me to do." So.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, hope you've healed and recovered and moved on. And
Oh, absolutely.
there we go. That's good. How are you? You have a funny or interesting breakup story?
Yeah, I was in a relationship for 6 years. It was the complete opposite.
That's a wife.
Yeah, I was on and off for 6 years. I would say it was some of the happiest moments of my life, but the most toxic for sure. And you definitely know about it for sure, the ins and outs of the details, but I ain't gonna put on blast and none of that. It's always love with me when it comes to the situation, but when it comes to her, I feel like from the negative, I saw sides of myself I wouldn't want to see, where I acted super out of character and had moments where I like really flash, and then it's like moments where it's like on the flip side of that, there was a lot of beneficial things that came out of it, you feel me, and a lot of opportunities that came out of it as well. So for me, I look at it like shit, chalk it to the game. It's always love with me at the end of the day. I just kind of
Isn't that like a twin flame?
Outlook on it.
That's not like a twin flame.
And what do you mean?
Like, twin flames are like two people that like want to be together so bad and they're so similar, but like it's just kind of like destructive, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I guess, but I think it's more like how would I even say it? It's kind of like, yeah, I guess the best way to put it is like that, but it's like, at the end of the day, I think I always looked at my relationships in kind of a standpoint of like any female I interacted with, like I never believed in that, like, because we're not together, it's not going to work out type narrative, even of us being in each other's lives. Because it's way bigger than just, you feel me, a relationship standpoint. It's like if we bonded like that and we go through what we go through, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to still get along outside of the relationship. And if we can't, then we obviously really not supposed to be a part of each other's lives. But I think at the end of the day, I kind of look at shit from a bigger standpoint now that, like, maturity-wise, I feel like my mindset just changed. Plus, she was older than me anyway, so I've always dated older than me. Like, when I was 18 in high school, low-key, shouldn't probably even be saying this, but shit, I was fucking like 35, 36 when I was like in high school, so it's kind of just like.
I dated a younger guy, and I'm not doing that again.
So since I know young Viz a little more. So I'll ask some questions. Let's see if I'm not even supposed to bring this up, but it's just for funny viral moments. Yeah. How did you meet your ex again?
We met at my dog's video shoot.
But explain what happened, like, cause you brought somebody.
Oh yeah, so I was there, and there was a female with me that was at the shoot too.
So you brought a girl with him to the shoot.
Yeah, I had a female with me at the shoot, and what do you call it? It was a female I had went to high school with, and fucking I was kicking it with her or whatever, and then fucking my now girl I was with for 6 years, she was a model in the shoot or whatever, and I was just like, damn, she was bad, like she was just super pressure. So like she was sitting by herself, and then mind you feel me, she had an ex-boyfriend, or she was still in a relationship at the time, which is crazy. She was still in a full-fledged relationship with a dude or whatever. So I don't know, I caught a vibe with a girl, just talking to her regularly, got her contact or whatever, and I pretty much just told her girl like, all right, you can go home, like be safe type shit, love always. And she slid out, and then probably like maybe 2 days after that we linked up, and then it was up ever since then. That was like 2017, yeah.
The crazy thing about that story was, like, for me, if I'm gonna hit on a girl while I'm with another girl, I'm gonna be so slick with it. But I don't think he was. It's just like she's like an arm reach away, and he's talking to another chick. Like,
yeah, but I think it would have been worse if it was that deep. Like the situation with a girl was not that deep. It was a female that I had known since high school. So it was kind of just like she had moved out to LA or whatever. She's playing soccer, college. So it was kind of just like a re-linking up. It wasn't like I was fucking with her on that type of time.
There's no hard feelings at all.
It wasn't like that deep. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't that deep. If it was that deep, like where I was actually actively in a situation with shorty, and then I did that, it would be super OD. It would be OD, but like, nah, it wasn't like that. Like, it was definitely a situation where it was like, yo, I was kicking it with her or whatever in the moment, and then from that, I just saw a girl, and I was like, oh shit, and it ended up it worked. You feel me? It transpired into a 6-year relationship, so I can't be mad at the situation.
The next thing I want to bring up, again, we can blurt this out if you don't want to talk about it, is you guys had a lease together, right? Yeah. So you were broken up and living together at the same time. Is that correct?
Yeah, we lived together for, 3-4 years, I think.
So how was living with someone you're not together with anymore? Was that awkward or weird for you at all?
Nah, it wasn't, because it was a matter of the crib was paid off, so it was really like a matter of we were going month to month, and then it was just like it got to a point where we were still staying together, and I was kind of just like, yo, like, it never felt weird. And the reason why it didn't feel weird was because I think it was just like a mutual understanding. Like, to be honest,
say, like, if I like, especially off and on relationships, like those ones are the worst because you guys keep coming back together. It's really hard to be in the same house with that person that I keep can't get away from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think
I would fall back into it easy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be like, we together at this point. I think we can't. I think it was
like that. I think it was like that for sure. It gave it more leeway to make it make sense to want to go back, but.
So it had to be like mutual
on both ends, but it was a mutual understanding. Like,
well, then that's dope.
It was mutually cool, but obviously, you feel me? Like, she was dealing with whoever. That's her business. You feel me? I'll never put. It ain't about that. It's about we all human beings at the end of the day. But she, you know what I'm saying? She had whoever she was dealing with. I was dealing with who I was dealing with. Whatever. It was neither here nor there spoken on. We was underneath the same roof or whatever. That was probably for maybe 2 or 3 months we was underneath the same roof, and then we went our separate ways.
I feel like that's pretty mature though.
Yeah, it was. A
lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, not a lot because it's too toxic in 2023. But at the end of the day, like, for me, it was I came in with the same energy and left with the same energy. So it's like, even though we're not together no more and whatever like that, we two totally different cribs doing our own thing.
You guys respect each other.
We still, I just was with her earlier today. Like, you feel me? We cool. Like, it's no beef.
See,
it's no relationship.
Could not do that.
Yeah.
My feelings would be like. So
sleeping in the same bed. Like,
I'd be like, I'm a little lonely.
Yeah. And another thing too that we talked about in private was, like, imagine you meet a guy and you actually start to catch feelings for him. Mm-hmm. Then he's like, oh yeah, I live with my ex. You're like, huh? Like, yeah, like, that's whatever though. It's like, wait, you live with an like, imagine.
And then you drop the bomb like, oh, we were off and on for 6 years. I'm like, I'd be like, go get your wife. Yeah, go. You don't want this.
It's funny because, like, Viz would be like, it's not like that.
Yeah,
and the girl's like, what do you mean it's not like that? You live with an ex of 6 years and it's not like that?
I think that's more like people projecting their energy. That's why I don't really take this. That's why I don't take that shit. Yeah, I think that's why I kind of took it on some mature shit. Like, I feel like Exactly. Naturally, for real, on some G shit, we naturally gonna be like, bro, what you talking about? But in all seriousness, though, I think that's just people projecting their energy. That's why I never took his shit personal. And the shawty gonna rock out with the situation. Obviously, I'm up. So it's like, nigga, my new space that I'm in now, I love it. So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it was just, hey, you. At least I'd rather do this. I'd rather live with the oh well than the what if. So for me, it was like, you can't never say I didn't tell you the truth. You feel me? So I put the ball in your court. If you continue to still fuck with me and it worked, then it worked. And you probably still around to this day. But if it didn't, then that's on you, I feel like, honestly. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the benefit of telling you the truth. I feel like a lot of niggas be lying and then get caught up, like you talking about. And then boom. But if he had kept it P off rip, like, hey, shawty, I want to rock with you. But hey, that's the real player niggas, to be honest. The real player niggas can tell a female what the situation is and who they want to still fuck with on the side or whatever like that, and give that woman the choice to stick with them, because if she do, then she can't complain. But you're not giving somebody the wherewithal or the room to make that decision for themselves to really decide whether they want to keep fucking with you or not. Because me, I'm not one of them type of niggas. I'm gonna tell a female straight up what it is and what it ain't.
I want sides.
Off rip. If I want sides or I'm fucking with multiple females, that's going to be spoken on. So it's like, yo, and that's the real niggas. I feel like real player niggas do that, and I feel like that's how you should carry yourself or conduct yourself in any situation.
You're gonna cheat, or not cheat.
It's not even a matter of cheating. It's just a matter if you're gonna interact with multiple females, speak on that. You feel me?
True.
Versus trying to make this one individual feel like they so special, this, and that. She the only one in your life. Yep. But really, you trying to recruit, that's some hoe shit to me. I don't think you hard for that. If you can't bring all your female, I've had multiple, I've had multiple situations where I've had multiple females that I fuck with pull up to the same crib that I'm at. And it never was an issue, bro.
What?
It never was an issue because I spoke the truth to all of them. Most of them was talking to each other and got along. I've only had one situation where it's ever happened. And from there, I was like, nah, never again. Like, I'm communicating off rip what it is to each individual.
That's good on that part.
They mingle. Yeah. It is what it is.
So, I couldn't see myself in a situation like that, though.
my next question.
Hey, girl, you here for him, too? Me too.
Exactly. Pretty much.
I know.
I went down. My next question to ask to the panel is, I'm starting with Emma. What's one thing you would like to change about the opposite gender? So, men. If you could change something about men, what would you change?
Probably just being fucking loyal.
Fair?
Just being fucking honest, being fucking loyal. Like, okay. I feel like that's the biggest thing in almost every other relationship, that any fights that come to be, it's about someone talking to some dude, or the guy talked to some girl, he followed some girls, he did this and that. It's just all... just literally loyalty.
So if you had to change, wave a magic wand, all men become loyal.
Yeah, then like everybody would have bitches.
Okay, got you.
Everyone would be having a wife right now.
Got you. Actually, I'm actually gonna.
But I'm saying I know girls do it too. But yeah, sure. I'm saying like, sure. You know.
So actually, I never spoke on my breakup story. I'll make it a funny one because I've only had one girlfriend. So me and my ex were cool, and whenever me and somebody that I'm talking to or dating make a plan for 3 months or 4 months in advance, it makes me nervous.
I can't do that.
Because it's like, we may be broken up. I know that's a horrible mindset to have, but it was. And what happened is we ended up breaking up, but she bought 2 Drake tickets on my credit card because, we were going to go, can't talk. We're going to go together. Then when we broke up, she goes, you can, get the ticket off me. We'll arrange it to exchange it. One day, I wait a little bit of time to hit her up because I broke up with her. So I know the animosity was there.
You should have got your tickets first and then did that.
Did I not? Who saved the day? I needed my credit in this
Make me speaking now.
I need my credit in this situation because I know what he's talking about, and I told his ass before the situation, get the fucking tickets. He had hit me and everything.
Yeah.
Give me some credit on this.
If you broke up with me and you didn't get the tickets before, I'm taking my bestie.
Way in advance before you did the situation.
So what happened is I waited a little bit of time because I know she was she was irritated with me.
No, because she's already taken Chanel. She's already taken her best friend.
So something told me to check Twitter for her Twitter. So I checked it and I started scrolling, and she said like 2 Drake tickets for sale, like DM me, and I'm just like, all right. So I'm a person where it's hard to get me out of character. Like, it's hard to get me like to say, bitch, really start talking to a girl like that. So I said, hey, Saul, I would like to get my tickets back, blah, blah, blah. Like, can you arrange a meetup? She didn't respond to it. And a whole day went by. So I'm like, okay. For some weird reason, I told somebody, and that person ran into her and said, yo, what's going on with you in chat? She's like, what do you mean? She blocked my number. So when I text her, she didn't get it. Long story short, I ended up getting my tickets back through Ticketmaster because it was under my credit card. So I was able to take them out of someone else's account and bring them into my account.
Oh, sick.
So thank God. But yeah, she tried to get me. She really tried to get me. And that was my only funny, breakup story. But over here, that's Young Viz. What's one thing you like to change with the opposite gender?
In 2023, that false sense of entitlement shit is dead.
So break it down.
Like, in my opinion, I think reality-wise, I might go in a little bit. We got time.
We got time.
Shit. This is my opinion. And we've spoken on this, but in my opinion, I think it's a lot to require of the opposite sex, something that you not willing to do or can't bring to the table. I would never sit here and be like, I deserve a loyal female, or I deserve this, or I deserve that, without being willing to bring that to the table. I think it's duality when it comes to it, but I feel like a lot of women in 2023 want equality, but when it's convenient. So you want equality when it's, you feel me, the equal pay shit, which we've already spoken on that, which is not even real, because equal pay is a law against that. Not saying all laws are executed by the exact rights. We all see what's going on with fucking discrimination in black and white community. But on a smaller scale, when it comes to this dynamic, I feel as though that there's a lot of requirements of men that are not realistic because the opposite sex is not doing the same thing. And then it comes to a situation where it's like they want equality, but it's like everything you want in a man is better than you. You want a man that's taller than you. You want a man that makes more money than you. You want a man that provides. That man is all assets of stat line, if we go stat for stat, better than you. So how can you acquire equality or want equality when everything you want in somebody else is greater than you? So that doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Number two, when it comes down to it overall, I just think it's very, very wild, because I think a lot of women in 2023 dismiss the fact that it takes a lot of effort for a man to be attracted to a female. It is not the same for men to be attracted to women as it is for women to be attracted to a man. This is why when you ask a female when it comes to their body count, they're very hesitant to bring that shit up or give you the exact number or give you a simple number as such as 3, 5, or 9. Because reality-wise, they know that their purity and their value is ultimately based off how much they can stop or relinquish giving off that highest part of their body count, which is overall, and I'm trying to even be disrespectful, but women know that is their highest value in a relationship. The reason why they know this is because what's the first thing you take away when in a relationship? If you get mad at your husband or your husband gets mad at you, first thing your husband gonna take away is resources. The first thing your woman's gonna stop giving you is sex. So at the end of the day, that's the number one most valuable thing that most women bring to the relationship. They just won't admit that shit, which is cool. But at the end of the day, I just think that there's a duality that goes on that's not really an even playing field. As a man, to be attractive, when I was growing up, you remember me, bro, I was 5 foot, braces, fade haircut. I look like Lil Bill for real. No cap. I look like Lil Bill.
He did.
But I knew, I was a nice guy, you feel me, giving flowers, and my parents, when I was growing up as a man, they tell us, hey, Mom, I like this girl at school. Okay, well, she's being mean to me, though. Just keep giving her flowers. Just keep telling her how pretty she is. Eventually, she'll see you for you.
Right?
Yes,
Right. Eventually, she'll see you for who you are. But on the flip side, when a woman goes to her parents and say, I like this guy at school, but he's mean, she's getting told the reality off rip. Be careful. It is. So I feel like the reality is that men learn the reality first and then get the fruits of their labor later. Women are born with the reality and then delusion later. So it becomes a situation where they not understanding why this man that had to do a lot of work to become attractive to you, because a man could be fit, know how to dress, know how to talk, but his money ain't right. So now that takes him away as being an attractive candidate. He could dress nice, this, and that, but still live at home with his parents. Or he got all the money, but he's not physically attractive to how you like. As long as as a woman, you look halfway decent.
5 out of 10.
At least a halfway decent. Know how to provide food, even if you're not cooking it. Fuck the nigga whenever he want, and know how to shut the fuck up. You will pretty much have every man you possibly could ever want, and you still getting them without even doing that. So now we got women that's barking freely, which it's cool, pop your shit how you pop your shit. But the only reason why women in 2023 feel so comfortable to pop their shit the way they do is because they know that they, since being born with a vagina, no disrespect, but for being born with nothing less than that or nothing more than that and just looking pretty, they are allotted a amount of options that no man ever receives until they become esoterically successful in whatever skills that they develop over time. There's only 4 types of men. You're either ugly and broke, which is majority. You're either ugly and rich, which is most niggas. Number 3, you're either what do you call it?
Handsome and broke.
Handsome and broke, which you get a female that'll take care of you for so long, but she believes that you're so good looking that you'll eventually get an opportunity somewhere because of your looks. And then number 4, you're both, which is the Chris Browns and Drakes, which is the highest level to reach. There's only 4 types of niggas, but I can name you like 2 billion types of females. So it's like, at the end of the day, there's a reason why 80% of niggas ain't getting laid and 20% of niggas are. 80% of women are getting laid, and the only 20% that aren't getting laid is not because they're not getting laid. They're not getting laid by the niggas that they want because they don't want to go to the gym, they don't want to work out, they want to talk back and do all this extra shit and not be a submissive woman. So it's a hard playing field to get into at the end of the day. But I just want, if I could change anything overall, the whole thing of this is that there would be an understanding that the requirements that you have as a woman, if you're all allotted to, that is your right to have those requirements. But you got to understand what come with that shit. You can't require a man like Drake or Chris Brown. Chris is my dog. Shout out to Chris, as my brother. But you can't require a man like that, bro, acquire a man like that and expect a nigga like that to be fully all into you. I feel like that's kind of even a selfish thing to think about, that this man just spent 30, 40 plus years of his life developing himself and his craft and his talent. And you deserve for bringing nothing to the table, just your presence, like females in 2023 like to say, your presence to get all the luxuries of my hard work, make that shit make sense. Same way, I don't see Oprah coming to save none of us, but I think I can guarantee you can name me at least 5 of your friends that work at a Dollar Tree that backstage with Drake.
Gotcha.
No, I put myself with successful people because it's all about your group. If you're around the wrong group that's not bringing you up, then you're not going up either.
Yeah, you can't be around too many hoes.
I put myself around good people, and then the ones that are doing some shit that's questionable, I just keep them like at arm's length, you know?
Arm's length, yes.
I still love them, but I'm just like, I'm not going down with you. So
Got you. Yeah, so I think to break that down, you know, it's tough for a lot of guys out here, but it's tough. But to me though, it makes it fun. I like waking up every day, going hard, and go, okay, if I want to attract the best quality woman, I gotta really be on my P's and Q's, like staying in shape, dressing well, keeping my teeth white, you know, stuff like that. And honestly, I kind of like it that way because the only guys that get the top tier dudes are dudes that are going to put in the work.
Top tier girls, yeah,
Pause.
That's what I'm saying. You mean
yeah, top tier girls. Yeah, top tier girls. You got to put in the work, you know.
The thing is because society holds you accountable as a man.
Yeah.
That's why. Because if you ugly, broke, and nigga don't know how to dress or whatever, don't got your shit together,
No girls coming your way.
niggas gonna let you know about that shit. The world gonna let you know how much of beneath the surface you are. But as a female, you can be fat, ugly, and broke. Go ahead, queen. Just be who you are, and the right man's gonna find you and love you for who you are. Like the standards are so unrealistic, it's ridiculous. Like
I think though
ridiculous.
How guys and girls get motivation is different. Like you find like girl motivation, it's always bringing them up, where a guy motivation is like you're fat, you're broke, you're ugly, live your mom.
yeah, the way that you guys talk to each other is way different than girls.
Yeah, true.
But the thing
If I
is,
talk like that to one of my girls, my
girl.
girl would literally go into isolation. I think
pretty
I
much.
might too. Like, was one of my best friends. She's like, "Bitch, you ugly, you
Yeah,
fat."
it wouldn't
like,
work that way with girls.
I would be like, "All right."
All right. Yeah, it wouldn't work well. That guy and girl motivation's definitely
Honestly,
way
girls level up after like breakups. Girls just that's the revenge mode.
It's
the-
true.
And it's not even revenge towards him. It's like more of like, nah, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna do better.
Yeah.
Watch my shit because that's as close as you're gonna get to me type beat. But that's not for everybody. Some people completely shut down. But like that's my kind of like little drive that comes because I feel like after relationships, when you're in it for so long and you get so fucking comfortable, as soon as you like end it, then it's like that's when your drive hits. Because like I'll get so comfortable in a relationship, I'll still be doing my things, but I'm not. It's like kind of like the stoner. Like, yeah, you can get your shit done when you're high, but you're not doing it to the degree that you should be doing it. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of how it goes into relationships. Like you're grinding when you first meet and then you get comfortable. Then it's like you can still do everything. It's just not doing it to the way you should be doing it.
Absolutely. And I'll add to that too. You see all the time, you'll see guys and girls get into a relationship together, and then a year later they're both fat. To me, if I'm gonna wife a chick or cuff a chick, be with her for real, I know she's gonna be bad. So I can't let myself slip up like that, man. I don't know how guys get overweight. I get it though. You're lounging on the couch more, eating more ice cream with her. You're watching Bad Girls Club, whatever the case may be. But I think as a man, you have to she found you like this. So it's up to you to stay like that. Because she leaves you later on because you're lazier and fatter. That's not on her. That's almost on the guy.
I think it's both though. I see that on both sides for like girls
it does.
and guys that just gain a whole bunch of weight into relationships and stuff, and it's like you got comfortable, but it's like once you get in that route, it's so hard to get out of. It's like if you're going to the gym consistently, you've been on that grind for a couple months, like you're not gonna miss a beat. But as soon as you take that 1-2 month break, it is so hard to get back to it. And so then people kind of slip up. But it takes, I mean, it's on both parties. But like, if you're in a good relationship, you be pushing each other and you be like, yo, you need to go get your shit done, do this. So then there's none of that.
It's always that happening. Always that awkward conversation too, like, oh, you're gaining weight.
But I think
Oh,
the answer to that is, we just talked about this the other day, but like the answer to that is super simple. And the answer to why that happens most of the time, at least on the male side, I feel like personally is because I just broke it down to you. I said to you the other day, I said, would you rather have the baddest female you ever seen in your entire life to ever walk this planet Earth, but she's dumb as bricks? Or would you rather have the ugliest female you've ever seen in your life, but she's a billionaire, but you can't be with no other female, and you locked in, you can't have sex, interact, nothing with no other female? And you said, nah, I'm going to probably take the bad, dumb bitch. And majority of niggas are, and the only niggas that aren't gonna take the bad dumb bitch is because they gonna probably say some shit like, well, can I set up a side bank account and then divorce her and then and then use that money to live? Like, that's the only way. And the reason why niggas be getting out of shape is because that's the goal. If you line up every nigga in American history, we can go all the way from fucking the highest nigga the food chain of, you know, the Jeff Bezoses and whatever the fuck, the music industry, entertainment industry, all the way down to the office worker, nigga, that makes whatever money he makes a year. Reality wise, bro, everything a man does is to achieve a female. Oh, yeah, everything, nigga. There's not. If there was no correlation with finances and women, niggas would not care to make money. Everything that a nigga does is to get females. There's not the way niggas dress, the way niggas talk, the way niggas smell, the car that they got, the house that they get, their money. Everything is to achieve a female. That is it. That is all. So once they achieve that and get that female, now it's like, shit, nigga, I'm chilling. I'm stuck. Now you deal with the niggas like you were dealing with, where now I don't know what his background is or whatever, or what he does for a living or whatever, but if he has now being exposed to a multitude of women, now he's dealing with a standpoint where you could tell the niggas that didn't get bitches before they had money. So them type is very easy to tell. You can tell niggas that had bitches before they got money and niggas that didn't. The niggas that really didn't have bitches before they got bread be showing out. So it's like now it's a matter of you are getting introduced to a luxury that women around society get since birth, which is a multitude of options now. So now you're living the life of a modern woman with extensive amounts of options. So now you want to explore every female you were never able to touch. So now when you're in a relationship, you kind of sitting there like, fuck this. Like, I did all this and got this badass female. Now I'm like, can I get another one and another one? Because I never seen Tom Brady be happy with just one ring. That nigga got like, what, 8? So shit, you always want another one.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
But you don't want to just like be with just one person. Like for me, like I got no fucking energy to entertain 2 fucking people. So I don't get it how guys like have multiple girls. I'm like, how are you fucking doing that? I can't even text my best friends back. Like,
yeah, I think I'll add to that point. I think what happens is guys and girls, we see, okay, if
like you gotta put energy into that shit.
You're right, but here's the thing. I'll say this though: if guys could have it their way, they'd have like not all guys, but I argue if you put 10 guys in a room, most guys would want a lot of beautiful women, and girls, they want one good guy most of the time. I don't know too many girls that actually want a full-blown roster for the rest of their life.
Right, and the reason that is because it's too much.
It's way too fucking much.
Because it's a multitude of options, bro. The women have a sifting problem. Men have a receiving issue. Women have so what I mean is women have a sifting problem is they have so many options that by the time they go through all these fuck niggas and all the bullshit and they finally find one, they are ready because they've been sifting their whole lives because they have a multitude of options their entire lives.
That's pretty fucking true.
Men don't have that shit, my nigga. We don't have a sifting problem. We have a shoot and miss problem, nigga. Yes. Kobe has the most missed shots in NBA history. How crazy is that? So it's like, nigga, the more shots we put up, the more chances we had to make that motherfucker go in. Yeah. So it becomes a situation where it's a sifting issue for women where they are ready to settle once they find that one because they've been given a multitude. It's like a closet, my nigga. You have so many fucking clothes in your closet since birth. It's just stocked. The whole closet is stocked. men's closet when they born is empty, my nigga. So you get one outfit and then you fucking put that one outfit on the goddamn hanger, and then you go out and start seeing niggas with outfits you ain't never fucking seen before, nigga, different colors, and you like, damn, I've been wearing this same outfit for like 5 days, nigga. Damn, I want an outfit like that too. Then you get that one and put that on it. And then eventually, nigga, you stack your closet up and now you got a multitude of options like females been having. So now it's harder to settle in a relationship because now you
stuck
seeing
up our whole closet though, and we
different shit.
still can't fucking find what we want to wear.
That's even crazy. That's what men
We'll have
is,
a
though.
whole fucking closet, and we're still like, nah, I have no fucking clothes. I'm gonna have a breakdown real quick.
Yeah, you feel me?
Also, there's something called choice paradox, to where, for example, they did this on Shopify when they gave someone an option to buy this glass, right? Say in white and black, they were able to pick an option. When they gave it white, black, red, yellow, orange, they saw like their sales dropped off. Because when people have too many choices, they sometimes choose none. Right. So sometimes when a very beautiful woman has a bunch of options, she may go with like none of them, just because she's so conflicted. So conflicted. And it's hard because guys, as you know, we're great deceivers, man. There's some guys that will roll the red carpet out for a chick for a year. No, not a year. A couple months. Hit. Gone.
But that non-option falls as a default.
See, but you can read, I mean, not everybody, but like I can read the egos with that one. I can tell when I'm like, you've done this fucking 10 million times. I'm like, this is a fucking script. Like I can read through that shit. And it's the dudes with that kind of fucking ego that I'm like, find the other blonde bitch. It's not this one. Get a different one. Like I'm not gonna be the one to me about that, but she over there, like, don't test me with that shit. Cause the ego shit, that's out the window for me. They're like, oh, I can get anybody and anybody I want. I don't care who the fuck you are. Unless people, but like a couple of celebrities, but but for the most part, like I don't care who you fucking are. Like that ego of like this, it just is like it just makes me even want to more like be like no, it just pushes back.
I think that not the last thing I'll say. I think, and I agree with you. You're right. That ego shit is ridiculous with niggas for sure. They gotta chill with that shit when they do achieve it. But
I'll say no, and it's like. They didn't accept my answer. I said, what the fuck does no mean to you? Like, what? Some guys have huge no means literally fucking no. And they're still trying, like, I'm like, no. I literally said no. Take the L, go. I was so nice to you. And now it's just awkward.
So next question I'll bring up to the panel is a controversial one, of course. I always see it on, TikTok, people debating, Twitter, starting with you, Emma. What is your thoughts? Here's the thing. There's the gut reaction, then there's going to be your answer. So I want the gut reaction. Your partner, who's, say, been dating for a year, exclusively, comes to you, and he says, babe, me and the boys, we're going to Miami. And his friends are like, influencers, money, girls, drugs. Gut reaction to him wanting to go to Miami with the boys, knowing his friends are kind of wild.
Depends. Do I have trust for this guy or no?
Okay. You know what? Before I'll give you my answer. If your guy is tall, handsome, fly, money, there's never full trust. I feel like there's always that like little bit of like, you're fine and you got me. Therefore, I know you can get other women. So I guess the answer is yes, but there's always that little.
Am I going to be fucking thrilled? No, but like I'm probably going to go on a girl trip with my girls to Miami. So like if there's a trust relationship, and also like it's pretty clear when you're dating me like not to fuck with me because I find out and I know everything. Okay. So it's like for me, I'm like if you go fucking do that and you do something, it's done. There's no fucking talking about it. Like that's fucking it. So I'm like go ahead, but don't test me. But if you do, all right.
So basically you go,
but I feel like there should be trust relationship. I'm like, you should go out, be able to go like hang out with your guy friends. I know they're going to fucking get with whoever, do whatever. But as long as you're not doing that to me, then whatever. I'm sure there'll be kind of moments that are kind of like on edge, whatever. But like, if you respect me, you respect me. If you don't, you don't. And I feel like you should be able to respect like your partner wanting to go do something fun with their friends. And because like I want to go on a girls trip with my girls to Miami, and I'd want my partner to respect me too. So, I mean, it just comes down to that.
So, Viz, your girl hits you up, me and the girls, and your ex's girls were wild. Yeah. They want to go to Vegas. They want to go to Miami. What's your thoughts?
Shit, they traveling and doing whatever shit. I've dealt with that, with those music industry shit. But I never cared. The reason why was because first of all, people gonna do what they want to do. I let people do what they want to do so I can see what they'd rather be doing. That's number one. Number two, at the end of the day, I always felt like at the end of the day, for me, it was never that deep. I always put my logic before my emotions. So it was never really like me where I ever really tripped if like my female was going away and being like traveling.
And also kind of like a test too. Because it's like, okay, if they go do their
If
they go there
with,
and they
that
do
was
do
cool.
something, that's not the one. You know what I mean?
Yes, it was
So
never
it's kind
that
of like
deep.
yeah.
I think like
I agree on that.
I was never that deep for me, honestly. Like, I'm being all the way thorough with you, bro. Like, it was never that deep. The girls trip shit, to be honest, I would be happy when they would travel just so I could have some fucking space. Because men need their fortitude and you feel me? We need our space too, nigga, to just clarity and peace of mind and shit and step out and just be away from shit. Because females is hella emotional, so it's like, I don't know, I feel like we just more logical most of the time. Not all. We call emotional niggas bitch niggas, but you feel me? As far as like, I was never really too emotional or hypey about that. If she went on her trip, do your thizzle. Like, you feel me? If you get caught up, that's gonna fall on you, not me. Cause I'm not emotionally invested in this situation to where I'm tripping off some shit you do. I love all my women, whatever female I deal with. I love all women of all over this world. A woman brought me into this world or whatever. So I never disrespect a female. But reality-wise, I never tripped over that situation, bro. Cause I always looked at it like, bro, whatever happens, gonna happen regardless.
That brings it back to like the sifting thing. Like it's a sifting thing for me. That I'm like, if you do something, then I just knew you weren't the one. So another one gone.
Exactly.
Start again.
Got you. So I'll give my 2 cents. So for me, like Viz mentioned, I want her to go out, but there's some places I'm just like, I roll my eyes at, and I don't mind if it's like here and there. You know, I just have a problem if it's a lifestyle. So if it's here like a couple times a year, she wants to go out to a place like that, cool. If it's like a lifestyle, I probably wouldn't date that girl in the first place. But for me, it's just like, all right, so when girls go to Vegas and Miami, right, what are they gonna do? They're gonna end up in a section with a bunch of dudes. Their goal for the night is get these girls drunk and get them back to the telly.
For sure.
Right. And here's the thing, as a guy, right, I know why I go to the club. So what happens is I project my insecurities onto her because I know why I'm there.
For sure.
Right. So if I know my goal when I go out is to get something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to go to a place where guys are trying to get you? Now you can argue that can be anywhere. But here's the kicker. Alcohol-inducive environments make me a little uneasy.
Fair.
Right. Because for example, like I've seen my guy here in an alcohol-inducive environment get into multiple like, you know, what's up?
I've got notifications, nigga, for sure.
Because like that's what happens when dudes start drinking. They start stepping on
they
shoes.
Start,
they start
doing
bumping. Move to the
weird
club.
shit.
They like.
I also feel like it depends on the alcohol too.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because if I'm drinking vodka and a bitch runs into me, I'm like, excuse you. And then when I'm drinking tequila and she rammed into me, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't see you.
So I just
activate different power levels.
It does. It does for me at
Activate
least.
different power levels.
You know, in like for example, like when they're in alcohol-inducive environments, I'm just like I'm not there to protect her if things were to get crazy. But that's just my little thing. It's almost like a protective jealousy thing. Like you at a restaurant, I don't think shit's gonna crack off. You go on to the beach, I don't think shit's gonna crack off. You go into the nail salon, I don't think shit's gonna crack off. Vegas and Miami and places like that where girls are known like to like have happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, like that type of vibe. If it's like a girls' bachelorette party, go have fun. You know, it's once a year or something. But if it's a lifestyle, I'm like, nah. I wouldn't say cool.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I'm for sure. I'm gonna piggyback on that as a man. For sure.
I want to date a promoter.
I wouldn't date.
Oh, I want to fucking date a promoter. Fuck that
actually,
shit.
hold on.
In a club every day?
So hold that thought. I want to go back to that, but you're next.
I agree for sure. If a lifestyle different, like the lifestyle of it, like this is an everyday thing, for sure I'm finna be like, all right.
Why not?
Me?
What's the difference?
What, of it being a lifestyle for the female?
Yeah.
Because there's something, I don't see no bread coming to the crib. You feel me? Okay. So at the end of the day, like if you making a play, like how my ex was, I ain't gonna name drop none of that. But how my ex was, that was bread. You feel me?
Sure.
It was a play. That was real money. So it's like, yo, I don't know weird shit, y'all. I'm talking about music industry shit.
Yeah.
But you feel me? She worked with a big ass artist. You feel me? That I worked for. That she brought me in to work for, like writing for, or whatever, writing songs for. So
there's no money, then it's like.
So if the money wasn't making sense, then I've been like, but nah, it was for the bag and it was for the win. You feel me? And plus, you bringing opportunities back to the home team. So at the end of the day, I wasn't tripping about none of that shit. But as far as it being a daily thing, nah, bitch, you trying to be seen. That's what it is. You trying to be in the scene and be seen. That's what that shit is. But I had to learn. I think we had this conversation. No, we have, but like I had to unlearn. I used to be uncomfortable with how a female. I used to like if I was messing with a female and she dressed a way that I was attracted to her when I first met her, and then she kept trying to be like that. I was like, But then now it's kind of like more or less like I can't expect that only because that's what drew me in shit. But the only thing that I think about now when if a female does that shit around me is like, are you doing the same shit because you know what I'm saying? Like you drawing that attention to yourself. You feel me? Intentionally. Like the way a female dress, the way a nigga dress is intentional for sure.
Chains, watches.
It's
I know
intentional.
for me, like when I got comfortable in like my relationship, like he would see me looking like a crackhead for like 5 days a week, and then so once it was the weekend, like I went to the tens because I'm like, oh, let me just remind you real quick that like I still fucking got it.
I got this.
And then I dress cute, and I'm like, if you know I'm yours, I'm yours. So like, there's nothing to like worry about.
I'll go back to your point of you would not want to date a promoter. I think it's obvious,
no.
but what's your reason for that?
Personally,
Wait, hold on, what? Oh, my bad. Go on.
if my fucking boyfriend is a promoter, that means he's in the club every fucking
Wednesday
night.
through Sunday. Yeah.
His job is to hit up bitches every single day, all fucking day. He can't like. I mean, honestly though, like if a promoter had a girlfriend, I'd probably feel more comfortable to go with that promoter.
Fair.
To be fair, but anywho, that means he's in the club. That's his job. Like that's every fucking day. I'm not gonna be in the club.
With him.
Friday through Saturday every fucking weekend at the same fucking joints.
Same spot.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Like I had friends that were promoters, and like we would go with them because I mean we want to be with their homies.
Yeah.
And I did that for like a month, just doing the same shit with them, and I wanted to literally die, but I also wanted to support them because like us going out would also bring other friends out too.
Yeah, right.
But like every single weekend, this club this night, this club this night, this club, and repeat. Fuck that. Fuck
Gotcha.
that. And I'm not gonna trust you. Eventually you're gonna fucking hit up some hot bitch and like you're gonna be tempted. And I'm not gonna fucking know because I'm like, no, I'm not going to fucking Poppy for the 20th time in a fucking row. So like, fuck that. Just save yourself from that.
Got you. Okay.
Right.
So the next thing that I would like to bring up, I had my question ready, then I kind of lost it in the sauce here. I got it. So starting with you, and we'll reverse the question when it goes to Emma, is what is something a girl can do on the first date that would ensure she would not get a second?
You can literally get the ick about anything though.
Bro, there's a multitude of things.
Yeah, you won't see her again if she starts doing or saying these types of things.
Bro, the best thing, the simplest way I could. You want like a specific thing or like?
Yeah, give me like a niche thing. Like if she, I don't know, talks about an ex or she talks.
I don't
like,
care about that.
Yeah, give me like, what's your ex? Like she can't, you ain't seen her again.
Nah, that doesn't bother me. I think it would be what would be some. Bro, it all has to do with false sense of entitlement.
Okay.
Like, I actually pause. I'll tell you. Actually, I'll give you a real life example. Fuck it. I'll tell you a real life example. I kicked Shorty out for real.
Also, do you think I'm still like in the view of this?
You are, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
I was in no disrespect. Like I said, I ain't name dropping none of that. It's all kosher. So this female or whatever, this is like probably, bro. I want to say like around my birthday, like in January.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, I posted my story. There was that female in that video that I was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, I remember that.
There was too many people at my birthday party, and I just didn't get to mingle with everybody. So I seen the video. I ended up posting my story. Long story short, she ended up DMing me because the Sharks went and found her for me. Sent her. She DM'd me like, "Yo, it was me." La la la. So I ended up linking with her when she pulled up to the crib. I was handling some shit at the crib. I was cleaning up some stuff, whatever, and just organizing my shit. But I was like, "Yo, I'm almost done or whatever. Give me like 20 minutes." So I ended up going outside. Long story short, when I get to her car, I texted her too, out of courtesy too, like, "Hey, you want to just come inside? You can sit in the room, whatever, you kick it, sit in the living room, whatever, while I get this done right quick." And she was like, "Nah, it's cool, I'll wait." So I was like, I think I took like maybe 10 more minutes after I sent that text, and I pop out. I come out and I open her door or whatever. She's sitting in the car, and I'm like checking if she's in her car or whatever. So I open her door. She just had an attitude, bro. Just went straight to the passenger side or whatever. And I was like, didn't say shit, didn't say nothing. And I was like, all right. I opened my door. She's like, "You're not going to open my door for me?" I'm like, "Bitch, huh? Are you going to open my door for me?" Like, what are you talking about? For sure. So then she's like, "I just didn't feel this. I don't want my time wasted. This is that." I said, respectfully, understood. I can understand that. But I asked you, you feel me? And I told her to drive slow driving here because she arrived earlier than she was supposed to even come to my crib. So I was like, whatever. So anyway, long story short or whatever, it led to her trying to go back and forth. And then she did this like toxic ass, like this weird. We and her already talked about it, and we laugh about it now. But like, she did this toxic ass like come here or something, and then was like not grabbing my neck, but like grabbing my collar on my shirt, pulling me in, and it was like if you ever do that again, I'm gonna beat your ass. He like on some laughy shit, like funny shit. I looked at this bitch like, huh? Like, she like, you're not into the, what did she call it? She said like, you're not into
Kinky stuff or
kink, like something like that. Like something, it was some shit like that she said. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, you did all that, and now you doing this as a reverse. Like, this is giving psychotic.
I mean, if a guy whispered that to me, I'd be like, the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, this is giving psychotic. So then after that or whatever, she kept bitching. So then I was just like, damn, you really gonna be mad about this? And she like, what? I was like, have a great night, get home safe. I walked back in the crib. So yeah, like shit like that, nah. But then the crazy part is she ended up hitting me up a week later, apologized for the whole situation. I like, cool, it's on you. So boom, we linked up again. It was dead. Everything's cool. Me and her still cool to this day. I just talked to her like 2-3 days ago. So we cool now. But like that shit though, sorry for the long answer. I'm not trying to rant, but nigga, yeah. That entitlement shit, boy, miss me with that shit.
Emma, how about yourself? What's
Dude,
one
girls
guy?
are so fucking different. It can be anything. It could be like the way that you're fucking eating the spaghetti. That's just the way you're just like, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
It can be you let out your first laugh, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, it can be
so nitpicky.
Oh, it's especially when I'm single. I'm fucking single for a minute. Like things could go good with a guy, and then as soon as it's going good, I'm like, ooh, I gotta go. This is overwhelming. This is freaking me the fuck out. Like,
do you have any specific like date stories where it actually happened, or a friend told you a story?
I guess I'll do like an LA one. Like,
sure, yeah, absolutely.
Being out here in LA, it's like you go on a date with a guy, and he's like, oh yeah, like I know like Jake Paul, I know Logan.
Name
Paul.
dropping.
I know this person. I know this person. I'm like, well, fuck, so does everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we all go through the same shit. Like, everybody fucking knows everybody out here. Instead of like, oh, I'm cool. Ooh, another one. Oh, I do crypto. I was like, oh, you do crypto.
Yeah.
I was like, I like to go.
I like to go.
I would not like to be here.
That's
So that crypto shit, majority of those fuckers are just scammers and doing some shady ass shit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have people coming after them in about 3-4 years.
Got you. Okay. Listen, so one thing I tell guys on my TikTok is, do your best not to hype yourself up. It's better that she finds out information versus you saying, oh, like, you know, Jake Paul, or, oh, like, I mean him go way back. Like, you don't have to name drop a bunch of times.
No, if it's like brought up naturally in a conversation, then sure. But it's like, if you're going out of your way to like say this random shit, I'm going to be like, is this like your spreadsheet of like bullet points that you have to bring up because you think it's going to secure a bag for you?
Exactly.
I mean, maybe for somebody else, but like.
True. Yeah, I think to like a girl that's in LA who's, when I say in the scene, she can get in at Delilah. She can get in that nice guy. You know, those type of places are more bougie. She knows those people too. So it's not a flex. You know what I mean? Like, if this LA guy went to like Wisconsin, oh yeah, I know Chris Brown. It's like, oh, whoa, like you're so cool. But in LA, it's not like much of a flex to these girls. Most girls have been to Chris Brown's house already. It's like
that part.
Yeah, so it's like all of them. Yeah, all of those guys. It's like those girls already know them already and know them on a first name basis. Like, oh, Gerald?
Oh, no, it's like fucking Diplo.
Yeah.
Diplo?
Yeah,
you know Wes?
Yeah, exactly. It's like these girls already know.
The amount of times I've had a conversation with girls like, Wes, and I was like, I'm gonna let you know right now, girl, that everybody in this fucking bitch knows his name is Wes. So I promise you don't know him on a personal level.
Yeah, you don't know.
Everybody fucking knows his name is fucking Wes.
Yeah,
like,
everybody, exactly. That's funny, actually, when they try, like, you know, I know him on a personal level.
You mean Wes? I'm like,
no.
You know what? That's crazy you said that because 10 other girls just said that.
True.
Like,
yeah, I think for me, what makes me not want to see a girl again is lack of communication. So, for example, let's say I ask you, are you from here, as in LA? If the girl says no and just stops talking, it's like chain conversation. You know what I'm going to ask you next. Okay, where are you from then? It's like,
I think that goes for both though, because like if the conversation just keeps dudding and I'm not having to do everything, then I'm just gonna fucking.
Well, I get that for sure, but I think I have an overwhelming personality. So sometimes girls go, okay, he can talk, so let me kind of just fall back and let him drive. But the issue with is some girls go too mute. Like, oh, where you from? Like, oh, I'm from here. What part? Oh, LA.
She sound like an
okay, like what part of LA though? Oh, like so and so. Okay, that's cool. You go to high school around there? No. Okay, well, high school did you go to? It's like, dude, it's pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Trying to get a conversation, number one. And I say number two is what you said, but in a feminine way. So for example, oh, last weekend was so crazy. Like me and my girls went to Drake's house. I'm just like, oh, you're one of them. You know, it's like her weekend consists of hanging out with like A-listers, and she think that makes her cool. It's like, if anything, makes you look like a groupie. You know, you could have done absolutely nothing. You couldn't have touched those guys. But the fact that you're bringing it up as a flex, like, yeah, me and Wes just hung out at his place all weekend. It's like, that's not a flex. Like, you're on a date trying to get to know me, bringing up other celebrities you hang out with. You know, it could be strictly platonic, but I'm not thinking that. You know what I mean?
Nah, because we know what them niggas have you over there for.
It's not for tic-tac-toe and shit.
Shit ain't to hang out.
I also think, too, because I've had guys be like, well, what's your body count? And I'm like,
Oh, they're asking that.
I'm like,
Wow.
I just fucking met you. I was like,
That's
what the
bold.
fuck?
I ain't never heard a nigga say that.
Oh, I've been asked that before.
That's crazy.
On the
Granted.
first date.
But I mean, granted, like little frail white boy, like it's not out of the picture for them. Like little frat boys.
Man, first link, they're asking the body
Wait,
count?
first link though, for real? Like no kizzy?
Woo.
Damn, that's some bold ass shit.
We're talking college though.
I don't think I've ever done that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
The media just like, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Now to
bold.
piggyback off of this one,
Crazy. I heard that one.
so we were talking about first date. What are some, like at least 1 to 2 deal breakers, things you wouldn't even tolerate before you get into a relationship? So for example, let's say a girl would say, yo, if you're going to date for real, one thing I don't tolerate is you liking other girls like half naked photos. Like, what, I'm thinking of like things that like it's a line in the sand. Like if we're going to date, you just can't cross this one. Besides cheating, that's everyone's boundary, right? What is like your... Starting with you, like what is like a things you're just not going to tolerate besides like cheating? That's everyone's no toleration.
Not respecting me.
Give me an example. That's kind of vague. Like give me an example.
I would just say like how you talk to me. Like,
okay,
that,
fair enough.
That if you are acting like, I hate the whole like someone wears a pants in a relationship shit.
Okay,
like, I
break
feel
it down.
like if you're dating someone, you guys are fucking partners. You guys are in it together. Like you feed off each other's energy. I don't like the whole idea that somebody fucking runs the shit. Like I don't want a guy to be telling me what I can and cannot fucking do and basically being controlling over me. Like I cannot have that shit. I'm a free spirit. I'm trusty, I'm loyal, I know all the things about me, but like if you're trying to control me and isolate me, I cannot fucking do any of that. Like you gotta trust me. And if you don't think you can trust me because you still struggle with that because of other trauma you went through, then it's not gonna work between us because I'm not gonna put us through mental fucking abuse because you are still so traumatized that you can't trust me and then we're just fighting every fucking day and I can't go about my normal day, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. That is true. I think there's someone out there for everybody. So if a guy is like used to being, like to the woman, do this, wear this, don't wear that. He can't do that to Emma. It ain't gonna work out. It's not gonna work out at all.
No, like I need you to trust me because like I'm gonna trust you, and like as long as we got the trust, the relationship's good. But as soon as the trust goes out the window, like I'm gone as well. Because I'm not gonna put myself through the fucking shit of like saying you're like, hey, well he did this before. Is he gonna do it again? Is he doing this? Like why the fuck am I gonna make myself suffer for your fuck up?
Gotcha.
And same like vice versa.
True. So Viz, you have any deal breakers in a relationship?
He's scrolling.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Find what? Find what? What are you looking for?
He's a
I had,
list.
like a list.
He's going for it.
I've been on this type of time.
Gotcha. So while he's looking for his list, ladies and gentlemen, so deal breakers for me. So I think for me, I am big on. I'm not big. Okay, so I'll start with these. Right. So first thing I'm not a big fan of is pictures that are a little too risque on the internet. Like to me, when girls may disagree all they want, but I think girls know when they post certain photos what's gonna do the damage, what's gonna get the DMs to go blah, 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 blah. And if you're with me and you're still posting like half naked pictures in your bathroom, like in a bikini, it's like, all right, send that to me, post in the close friends, but to post it to your actual story on the post, it's just like if I posted a picture of me bricked up in some gray sweats and the forearm shows my pants, you'd be mad at me probably. You know what I mean? So I think that's the first one. The second thing I'd probably say is, public disrespect.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Right. So, for example, let's just say we're all at a table talking like this. And she's like, Chad, like, didn't you piss the bed the other day? Like, so stupid,
Yeah,
right? It's
that
like,
shit's not cool.
don't publicly disrespect me because then people are like, yo, is that how she talks to him? Like, now everyone in the table is like, oh, like, is that how she really is? That's not cool.
I feel like girls be doing that to girls a lot.
Oh, true. Especially
Girls
when
be
it's like
doing
they're
that to girls
they're
all
trying
the
to impress a
time.
guy. It's like, say like you like a guy,
Yeah.
right? And you feel like he's talking to your girl. Oh, girl, didn't you didn't your lash fall off yesterday? Like try to make her look stupid so you can stand
girls
out.
do that to each other all the fucking
Yeah.
time, and it's fucking weird. And I'm like, I think even like I don't think girls understand that even guys can catch on of like
She's trying.
Why the fuck did you just say that about your homegirl?
True. Yeah.
What
True.
was-
Throwing that shit on
Why
the
did you
bus.
just do that? Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking weird. I can't
agree.
do that stuff. I
Yeah.
can't
Public
do that.
disrespect is a big thing. And so Ty, unfortunately, since you
Yeah,
probably
I
can't find it,
bro.
it's
But
have you
anyway,
probably just got one or two
yeah,
top
I
of the
just
dome.
yeah. I had the list though, and it was a cold one too. I'm sick. I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, basically like, yeah, that y'all hit it pretty much on the nail. Like that public disrespect shit though. It's like nah.
Yeah,
like,
nah.
Cause now it's based
It's
off
also
of
like, what's the point? Like, what are you getting out of it? Like, what's the motive?
right.
Trying to be the funny person.
I hate a female that ad lib. I
does that
hate
mean?
that shit. Like when you talking, I'm gonna be quiet as hell and I'm gonna listen to what you have to say. When I'm talking, shut the fuck up. Like simple as that. Like when I'm talking, don't ad lib my. Well, I only did that cause like you like that's what I call ad libbing. It's like I'm speaking on a point or whatever, and then you so quick to like you listening with the intent.
Are we in a fight or are we like just talking
see
normal?
like that?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking. She just did it. That's ad libbing.
But is it in a fight or are we talking
That's
normal?
ad libbing right there. You get what I'm saying? That's ad libbing right there. That's what ad libbing is. Like ad libbing is that. Like I'm speaking and you listening with the intent to respond, not the intent to hear what I'm actually saying. Because when I'm done talking, and I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna be like, "So what do you think about who?" And then boom, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up when you talk. It's just like a duality thing. But I'm talking about in all aspects. Even if I'm just chilling with a female, it don't gotta even do with no relationship shit. I'm talking about in general. I cut niggas off for that shit. So it's like, at the end of the day, bro, like homies, all of that shit. So it's like I don't like that shit at all. It's disrespectful.
I be doing that all the time though.
Oh,
It's not even purposeful. It's just like I'm like, oh my god, this came into my head. I'm like, hey, one second, I'm gonna fucking lose this thought. Like, let me just do this real quick.
I
Like,
feel that.
I don't mean it like in any like ever intent. And I do. I don't catch myself. I'm like, oh wait, sorry, keep going. Like, but it's never like with foul intent. Like
Absolutely.
especially in arguments though. Like that's when I'm quiet. I'm like, you talk, I talk, because if we keep going over each other,
No
it's
one's
not gonna
pointing
work.
me
Yeah.
in. Exactly.
But like if it's like random stories, like absolutely, like I'm like my brain's like bing, and I'm like, okay, like remind me of this in 10 minutes. Like
Absolutely. You have another one that you can add?
So I said public disrespect, ad libbing. Ooh, I hate that shit. Ad libbing. Way the fuck out of me, bro. And I'd probably say deal breaker. Oh yeah, as soon as you one of them female, you already pretty much hit that for sure. When they start talking about that whole
Celebrities they've been
celebrities at the
Yeah.
crib shit, nah, you a rap, you a tutor, like for sure not going, like, cause I know why you there. You got zero talents, so you're not there to provide no bit. Well, I was there to talk business. That nigga was trying to talk business to your guts.
Yeah.
Like, what you talking about? Niggas ain't trying to talk about no business at 2-3 o'clock in the fucking morning. You knew what you was over there for trying to do. So at the end of the day, yeah, that shit definitely to me is like too much. And then I'll say like any of that hot girl summer shit, bullshit energy, any of that type of shit. And it's no disrespect to the music, because again, these are artists I work with and around, but anybody in that narrative, you feel me? Oh, and then another thing I hate like, it's not even be a race thing, but I hate like women not in our culture that try to act like this, and you could tell. Like I hate that shit. Like the way they talk or the way they dress,
like Danielle Bergoli, like the
like trying to.
Bad Baby.
I don't like that type of like that type of energy, bro. Like respectfully, you come from where you come from. I'm not even talking about her. It's just in general. But like I'm just saying, like those females that be trying to act like us in our culture, but it's like as soon as the police come up, y'all motherfuckers acting real nervous and shit. Y'all want the convenience of our culture for your TikTok videos and how you dress and the way you dance and the way you talk and your lingo and all that shit. But as soon as some shit struggle, y'all talking about all lives matter and all that bullshit. Yeah, nah, miss me with that.
So as far as the looks, money, status paradigms, more so for Emma, but I'll tweak the question for us. So men, often talk about looks, money, and status, and men try to acquire all three to be like the best guy they can be. In your world, if you had to choose which one your guy would be at number one, would you want his looks to be the best, his status, or his money? Which one? I know you can say things like, oh, character, of course, but it's like if you had to choose his looks are the strongest, his status, or his money, which one would you choose?
What if she was only able to choose one?
I think. At the
But
top
like,
of the
what
list.
about because if you got like a horrible personality, I don't want fucking any of
Well,
that.
true.
You know what I mean?
I know you can make the question a lot more complex. Like, but I feel like for example, like I think a lot
Sometimes to do with status fucking sucks. Sometimes to do with a whole bunch of money fucking sucks because like the egos are involved, and sometimes with looks, like egos involved with all three of those.
they are all.
So like
three.
the ego is like outside the window,
For
and
all
I
of
had
them,
to
for
decide
most of them.
three.
Yeah,
Status.
a good-looking, egotistical
Isn't
bastard.
status and kind of money to go in the same category a
Well,
little bit?
no, because for example, let's say influencer, like let's say it's like Supreme Patty, like he just put stuff in his eyes and drank a bunch of alcohol. Like he got clout, but he wasn't making much money.
Then fuck status because I can't do the TikTok realm anymore.
Okay, so no status.
I can't do
So
that
now
one
it's down
anymore.
to money or looks.
I would probably say looks.
Looks.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because if I'm not really attracted to you,
Yeah, then-
like I mean, like to be real, for real, like you're not gonna start talking to anybody unless you have some kind of physical attraction to them. You know what I mean?
I will.
As much as nobody wants to fucking say that, it's true. Like, you know, like you're not gonna talk to someone that you're not automatically physically attracted to unless you built a relationship with them over the years of being best friends or some shit. You know?
But I think that's where status comes in. Like for example, Little Uzi's like 5'5". But if you were walking to Hyde Sunset or One Oak, the whole place would shut down and girls would be rushing over to a section.
See, but like I'm different. Like
Not all.
there's celebrities that like they're famous as fuck, but I would not fuck them. I'm not like you are not attracted to me.
Yeah,
I would
true.
not fuck you even because of your status. Like
yeah.
I would. So I think I'm more looks. Like I feel like I need to be attracted to you.
Yeah.
And then like money and all that shit comes into play. Status, I can kind of give a fuck about status because I've just being in LA too much of that. I feel like so many people like if you're humble about it, cool. But like I feel like so many people are just like they pride themselves on that. And I'm like, and as you should, I mean, you built yourself there, but like at the same time, like there's like levels and to extents you should do that, you know?
Absolutely. So to kind of flip the question around, because guys don't care about a girl's money or status, or do you? Do you care about a girl's money or status?
I want her to be the least status.
See, that's what I'm saying.
zero clout.
Status sucks.
I don't want shit to do with a female that has any.
So you couldn't deal with like a Ruby Rose as a
Nah,
girlfriend?
I want a girl. I don't want to come home to the same shit I just left. You feel me?
Yeah.
Especially like being in the music industry and seeing the shit I done seen, bro. Like I'm not trying to.
That's what I'm.
I need a girl that work a regular 9-to-5 job
Yeah.
at Home Depot.
She's a banker. Shit.
regular job, like regular.
So why is it that you don't want a girl that's also in the same industry as yourself?
I feel like it's like a double-edged sword because it's like,
There's pros and cons of it. though.
yeah, sometimes it'd be easier to in hindsight, sometimes, because I did both. So it's like, sometimes it'd be easier to date a female in the scene because it's like,
They get it.
they can relate. But then it's like, it's way harder because you already know the games that got to be played. You feel me? So it's like, I ultimately have found the most men, as I think you agree, we gravitate to where we find peace at. So I feel like the most peace is in a wholesome female that work a regular job, regular lifestyle,
For sure.
and live like that. For me personally, I think most men will agree with me on this statement that they would prefer a woman that's off the radar for sure.
I always wondered that though, because I always thought that like, wouldn't you want someone that like maybe has like an OnlyFans or something that has a whole free schedule, so like they can go on tour with you, they can do this. Like, wouldn't you prefer that over someone like who can't do that? So like they literally would never be able to like see you. Like if you're on tour, if you're doing music, like they can't go with. They're working a job all the time. Wouldn't you want somebody that has more of that like freelance freedom,
And you raise a great point, because I think that's the double-edged sword. It's like
that's what I would view. Like that's why I won't. Like that's why I don't really want to go for those types of people, because I'm like, our lifestyles are different. Like you were gonna be gone all the time. I'm never gonna see you, and like in that shit right there, I can't do either, because fuck long distance. I mean, who wants to put themselves in that? You know.
I feel like I could agree with you on that.
I'm just curious on your standpoint from you being on that side of things. That it's crazy that you're saying that, because wouldn't you want someone like a little bit more free time?
Yeah, well, I'm having these conversations. I brought these up in the studio a couple times, just the homies around or whatever, and artists and shit, collaborating with, and they all agree the same thing. Because I'd much rather, if it came down to that, like if the scenario was like have, like you said, like a female that's free and has the time, but she's on OnlyFans or whatever like that, whatever, versus a female that's too, she got her own lifestyle and things like that. She's wholesome out the way, but she doesn't have necessary time. I think all of us would prefer that, and the reason why the latter is
that. What's
the
that?
latter, meaning the woman that's the wholesome female,
Yeah.
because number one, like us as men, like, we look at the situation like, if you on OnlyFans and doing all that, like you saying the photos half naked and shit, there's an exclusivity that's lost that is now given to the public. So there's no longer an exclusivity with us because everyone's seen you in that element. I could pay $15 to see you like this, bitch. I'm taking you out on $300 dates. What you mean I only had to pay $15 to just see all of this shit with no investment of taking you out or none of that shit? So that's number one. Number two, I prefer the female that's wholesome and shit because you don't got the time, but at least I don't got to see my bitch in headlines every day talking about some fucking all this extra shit going on. So
There's pros and cons.
yeah. Plus, I don't got to go out places and niggas claiming that they hit my bitch. No, you didn't.
No, sir.
Like,
No,
I'm
sir.
gonna check real quick because I heard like a little door. So make sure everything's good.
Yeah, so for me, I personally would like my girl to have some type of like, I would say e-commerce. Like she works from home, you know, she has like a little boutique store. She make her little 40, 50, 60K a month. The cool thing about her working at home is it gives her flexibility. You know, when she has a boss and she's working 9 to 5, that can be a bit more stressful for her.
Yeah.
I think her having like a job at the crib will be very beneficial for me. So she can keep the crib nice too. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm out, you know, getting this paper, I can come home to like a clean place and stuff like that.
Only reason why I kind of have to disagree with you with that is I don't feel like I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. I don't feel like women are the same with money as men are with money. And the reason why I say that is because, like, I think you already seeing it really crazy entitlement, and these females be out here broke as shit. Like, especially in LA. LA is like the land of the most materialistic broke bitches you'll ever see in history. So it's like, I feel like women with money ain't the same as men with money. I feel like most men, we build women up. Like, you feel me? As far as like when we get paper or whatever like that, we have no problem getting a regular female and building her up. But I feel like a female with money, I ain't seeing. You'll never see SZA throw no house party with niggas only. You feel me? Invited to the crib.
Just at a point in, I want my girl to make some money, like that 40, 50K, just because she can help out with small shit. Like she gets the groceries here and there. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying the point is that this is why men don't care for a female with money.
I know.
Because
I understand.
Men know that a woman with money comes with a whole nother esoteric level of disrespect.
Well, it
That
depends.
reminds me of like our last podcast of what I said.
Well, I'll say this: if a girl out earns her man, that's when things can get.
Nah, it don't even gotta be out earning. If a bitch is paying for anything in that crib, my nigga, if she covering any bill half and half,
anything,
this shit is about to, bro. I'm telling you.
See, my feeling about that is that, like, I do like the 50-50. Like, if you want to give me stuff, buy me shit, cool. I'm cool with that, but that's on your accord. It's not because, like, I can't provide some stuff for myself. Because, like, I always want to be making my own fucking money because I want it to be perfectly fucking clear that I can fucking leave at any point, at any fucking time, that this is a partnership.
Yeah.
That you don't have control over me. Because sometimes I feel like
for sure.
in situations where someone makes more money than the other, that, like, you
Things
kind of
can
feel
get-
fucking trapped.
Yeah,
And, like,
I agree.
there's situations with guys who are like, well, I pay all the fucking bills. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like, I just did this. Like, oh, you're gonna leave? Like, where are you gonna go? Like, you don't have fucking money. And, like, I will never be that fucking girl in that situation. Like, I want it fucking clear that I can. Like, even if a guy said, hey, like, you don't have to work another day in your life, I'll take care of you, I would be like, nah. Like, just for my own security of, like, where you can never hold this. Because as much as people want to say they're never gonna hold money above people's head,
probably will.
there comes a fucking argument that someone says some nippy shit. And, like, I will just never be that person. I just want that to be really fucking clear that, like, I can leave. We're here because we're in a partnership and we're working together. And I will never have money held above my head ever. I can't.
Me personally, I just think when a girl is paying, like, for example, if you're living in her crib or she's paying half or all the bills, I think that's when she can become overbearing. But men can be too. But you're saying she pays any bill? Like she pays a light bill?
I'm not. I'm saying anytime she's invested financially, I'm telling you, like, I'm saying in general, there comes an entitlement on top of that, my boy. Like, it's not even, I'm saying it doesn't have to be overtly spoken on. I'm talking about a female naturally in her feminine state, because this shit go back to the 20th century, bro. Women were supposed to be caretakers of the crib and hold shit down at the crib. Men took care of the rest. You feel me? As far as protectors and et cetera like that. So I feel like the shit is still the same standard in 2023. The only difference is that we've lost the females with the modern the traditional values, and now they want to be niggas when convenient, but still be females when convenient. So it's now a matter of They want traditional men that do all the shit we've been doing since the 20th century, but still want to be outside and be city girls and shit. And nigga, you cook for me and you do the dishes too. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes down to them putting up bills, if they covering any little thing, they will still dangle that shit on your fucking head. So what I'm saying is ultimately, I'm not saying they're gonna do it overtly. I'm saying it still will be a topic of conversation where she gonna still have that little quirk on your ass to be like, well, I do this. So it's like, even though this is obviously clearly not the same playing field. If I'm covering this, and that, obviously I'm appreciative of you doing that, but clearly it's not the same playing field.
Mm-hmm.
However, though, it still will be held against you in a court of law. It is what it is.
Gotcha. I feel that. Yeah, man. So the next question I would like to bring up, sorry, got some noise out there in the crib, is how much money should a guy spend on the first date? And I'll start with Emma.
I don't know. It depends what you're doing. Like, I
True.
way rather like go somewhere that's fun and more conversational than like to like a restaurant for like a first date. Yeah, I want to get pretty like some nights, but
Yeah.
like I feel like when you're on a first date,
Yeah.
sometimes the restaurant vibes are kind of like awkward. Like,
It can be.
let's go to Dave and Buster's. Let's go somewhere like kind of fun. That's
I agree
like
with
we
you.
can like start more of a conversation and see each other's personalities, and then we can do that restaurant shit like later. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like money doesn't really matter to me like on those first dates. I'm trying to find a place. I'm like, where can we get together where it's not awkwardly over a plate of salad and like see each other's personalities and get to know each other more. I honestly like the dates that's kind of like, well, it's not the dates, but like where like you go with his crew or her crew and like you guys kind of all mingle together, because it's like when they're with their best friends and you put everybody together, it's like there's more comfortability to be more themselves. You can kind of see more into those people. So like
Absolutely.
I like meeting guys out at places when they're all comfortable with their friends and I'm comfortable with my friends, because it's like then there's just like you're fully more yourself than you are like just like fully one-on-one.
Gotcha.
So like if I can't get that option, then I rather like, let's go to Dave and Buster's. Let's do something that's gonna have to push that out of you, you know?
Absolutely. How about yourself?
What I'm willing to spend?
There you go. Yeah, true.
Like,
There we go.
Shit, I've had dates that been $20, $40. I've had dates that been $300. I mean, it depends how much I'm feeling the situation and where I feel like it's gonna be taken. I think a man being honest with themselves is pretty much gonna spend their pockets based on how much they value that female. If I'm being P on that first date, for sure, how much they value that female. Not to set a standard, but I'm just saying, I think most men they willing to milk their pockets based off how much they value the female or whatever. But reality wise, I don't really got a set number. Some obviously thousands and shit is crazy, but as far as the situation, I don't really have a set number, because I really predicated on like the energy and shit like that. Because I think we're very simplistic as men, and it really don't got be nothing crazy.
True.
So I feel like there's no real set number, but I've done both sides of the spectrum. I've been around females where shit, I was just like, yo, I'm trying to whatever the fuck the situation is, nigga, and dropped a little bag just to do it because I could. And then there was situations where I was like, I'm not in the mood today to be on none of that. I just want to do something casual. I think it's just all based on the mood. You feel me?
I feel like guys can get away with like really simplistic shit. Like
They
girls love sentimental shit. Oh, take us for a little walk on the beach and we had a bottle of wine. Boom. Like that girl will fucking tell every single one of her friends about it.
Absolutely.
I would. Like you guys don't have to like ball all the way out to like leave an imprint or like leave a memory for girls.
I agree.
For sure.
Like most girls aren't getting flowers anymore. Bringing in just flowers on the first date's popping. It's honestly kind of fucking crazy. Like
It is.
you don't really have to do that much. Just think like kind of sentimental and like you can get the girl.
Absolutely. For me on the first day, I'll give a bit more of a technical answer.
Okay.
Not technical, actually a bit more straightforward. So I think it's all about your tax bracket. For example, if you're a guy that is killing it, you're making $500,000 and up, to you, spending $300 at a nice steakhouse is nothing, right? 'Cause you make so much money. It doesn't matter. That $300 steak dinner to a guy that makes $50K a year, dog, like that's like him eating ramen noodles for the rest of the week. Like that could really hurt him after he pays all his bills.
For sure.
So I think you should go off, your tax bracket. So if you're making like that, your average income, you're making $50K a year, I say no more than $100. Like no more than 100, man. Take it to a place you can get a couple appetizers and a drink. You know what I mean? Like keep it in that below 100, definitely for sure, in my opinion. But for me, back to what Emma said, it's all about how you make the girl feel, man. Like a girl much rather go and have not all, but some girls definitely would much rather have a parked car conversation over some tacos from a taco truck and have a blast laughing, listening to music like some old Drake Take Care album, you know what I'm saying, versus going to like a steakhouse with a guy that's bland and dry and he's egotistical. Yeah, she's in a nicer location, but the guy is unbearable. He's annoying. He's very self-centered. He's full of himself. He's name dropping, got people he knows in LA, and she's like, oh, get me out of here. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of niggas fuck up. I agree, because I think a lot of niggas fuck up because they be taking.
We're really easy. Like, I swear we're
they
fucking
be.
easy. Like, it's you bring me fucking flowers, I'm like, oh my god, flowers. Like,
I think you've proven for sure on this podcast why you're a 1% woman. But I don't think it takes away from the majority.
I know there's a lot of girls that want to be dressed up too.
Oh man,
and
there's a lot.
But like some of those girls are just because they just want to feel good and look really good, and they're like, okay, if I go to a nice dinner, I can really show off and like really show him, and like, so I don't really think it's in a way that like they really want to eat the pasta from that fucking place. It's more of, like,
about that.
They're like, okay, I can get really fucking cute and go on this date, and like I'm more of like, I want to go run on the beach. I want to go do this. And so, like, it's to each their own of, like, what they want to do.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. I think that's where niggas fuck up at because it's like they be leading with their pockets. Because it's like whatever you start with, my nigga, you got to finish with. You start taking the bitches Ruth Chris first date, and now you taking her out on second date to Burger King, bro.
Won't work out.
If you leave with your wallet, you got to finish with that bitch. If you leave with your emotional connection with her, you got to finish with that. Whatever you start with a female, you got to finish with, period.
I agree. Whatever you validate yourself with is what people are going to want.
You got to finish with.
So if you have, on your Instagram page, just Lambos and nice watches and lifestyle, girls, is going to want that from you, obviously. Don't get mad when she asks you for money. Oh, here's another thing. There's a hot topic.
And don't get mad if a nigga asks for sex when you posting half videos you naked, then.
Do you think, I know your mindsets are a bit different than like some of the girls I see on the internet, Emma, but this girl made a video like this. What's the difference if a guy takes me to dinner and spends $200? Why can't I, the girl said that, just ask you to send me $200 for bills and shit? So do you think a girl, and she said that's like, I should be able to do that. You're spending the money regardless.
Is she like dating him? Or
no, it's like a first couple dates type of thing, like asking for money. Like, what's your thoughts on girls asking men for money straight up? Like, hey.
I can't even ask my best friends for money. I just feel fucking weird to ask anybody for money. My friends will literally watch me suffer because I am so, like, I would rather be drowning than ask you for like a little floaty when it comes to like that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's kind of out of pocket in general, guy and girl. If you guys don't even know each other on a first couple of dates, it's a date. Meaning you go to fucking together. How does you paying her fucking bills end up being a date? Where's the date? That's not the date. Like, you're going to come over and log on to my spectrum.com and pay my bills? Like, that's not the date. Like, that doesn't make any sense because that doesn't even correlate. So I don't even know what point she's trying to make, but she totally missed.
I think what you're saying is if you're going to spend money on the dinner, you might as well you might as well just send me that money you're going to spend for like to get my bills paid or something.
No, that's fucking weird. That's really fucking weird. Like, it's different like if it was like it's your boyfriend, your husband, you're like, hey babe, like honestly I'm struggling more right here that I'd rather like save that money for that than to do this, or if we save this for a trip or something, you know what I mean? But not someone you're going on fucking dates with. That's fucking weird. If some dude randomly was like, hey, instead of going on this date, like, can you send me money? I'd be like, what in the fuck did you just say to me? I would screenshot that, send that to my 3 group messages with all my fucking girls and be like, did you see this shit right now?
Crazy.
Like,
so, what's your thoughts on girls asking for bread, for bills, or hair?
What, on a first date, or I'm with her?
It's like first couple dates.
That's outlandish because it's like, piggybacking off what she said, she spoke 100% facts. I have no contesting to that statement. That has no correlation with this date. This is supposed to be for 2 of us. This is for you, bitch. What are you talking about? This has no duality correlation. Same way it wouldn't be fair if I asked you to do that. So it's like, what are we talking about? There's no duality in that at all. But as far as a female, I've had females try and pull that shit or whatever. You feel me? But I'll be looking at you crazy as hell because it's like, at the end of the day, the relationship, you're not even giving that time to build. Especially like, what is isn't there like 3 things that are like the weary shit of the public that is like you don't talk about? Like
politics, religion,
and finances.
Yeah,
and finances. Politics, religion, and finances. So it's just like that type of
I
shit.
like getting that shit out the way though.
Yeah, fair.
I kind of just like,
let's just figure it out.
Let's just figure this out right now. Like, what's your perspective? What do you think? But like, if you're mature enough, like, if you guys have different opinions, like, you should be able to like
talk it out,
talk it out openly, and like, you'd be like, yeah, you know what, like, this is a little different for me, like, and you can be cool about it. But
yeah, I agree. Yeah, nah, for real. But as far as asking for bread or whatever, based on the circumstance, I don't really know you like that. Shawty, you tripping as hell. Like, you crazy. Especially versus taking a date. Because I know what I'm going to say. Nigga, does this come with guaranteed coochie insurance?
Guarantee insurance?
Guaranteed pussy and policy, PPP loans?
When does the date come?
Like, when does it, like, what? Because I feel like if you can be granted that, but I feel like that still falls on the man because that's a decision to make. Because I see there's a lot of niggas that's doing that.
Oh, tons.
There's a lot of niggas out here that's doing that,
weird. Like,
dropping that
Would
bag.
you get weirded out by that?
I would.
What? You getting cut off? But that's the men that's doing it though, is because we go back to the reality is there's no options for these niggas.
Also,
so any man that give them attention, they going.
I mean,
any woman, excuse me.
No, you're good. Also, like, if somebody asked you that, like, someone cooked there. So
Yeah.
she's done it before.
He's
done it before. Like, you don't just feel comfortable just to ask someone that, like, you've been on, like, 1 or 2 dates to, like, just send me money.
Yeah, for me.
I mean, unless you were, like, a sugar baby. Like, okay, that's different. But, like, if it's, like, you're looking to actually date someone, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's a really rough start to that.
I agree. I made a video on this, and I said to the ladies that were watching the video on TikTok, I said, men like spending money with you, but just to send you money, especially for early on, it's like, I'd be damned if I send a girl money for her nails just for to go to another man's house and take those nails and wrap her freaking nails around another dude's meat. You know, that's not
crazy.
cool. That's crazy. And it's happening. It's happening right now. Someone paid for nails and she's taking those same nails and going to a different dude's house, right? And wrapping those new nails around his, you know what? So it's like,
Be me.
it's too early on for a girl to ask me for bread. Cause like, it's like, you want me to prove I can be a provider, but like, you're not my chick. You know what I mean? Like, you're not my girlfriend. You're just a girl I'm getting to know. Right. And if I say yes to this, you may spin the block next week and just keep asking for bread.
I saw one the other day, bro. This shit made me laugh. Oh, it was last night. I saw a bunch of females reposting this shit. I said, oh my God. It said, you come over and if you come over, don't ask for a pillow, nigga, ball up your pants. I said, whoa.
That's crazy. Ball up your pants.
Ball up your pants.
That's crazy.
OD.
You gotta be a good house guest.
Almost fall out.
You gotta take care of your company, man. Give them a pillow.
Yeah, you come through, don't ask for a pillow. You better ball up your pants. I said, whoa.
It's actually really funny, though.
OD. Nah, it was funny. That shit made me laugh, but I was like, damn,
That's hard up.
Oh, that shit.
Okay, but I feel like that's more of a girl situation than a guy situation because girls be going to guys' house and they really do only having one goddamn pillow and navy blue sheets.
And navy blue.
And navy blue sheets.
Like, that is the other way
Only
around for
thing.
girls. This is girls like recalibrating, being like, no, you sleep with no pillow.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You better use it down. Ball up your pants. Ball up your
I
pants.
would
Gotcha.
I'd follow her. That's
So,
funny.
Got you. So the last thing I want to bring up, I think we're almost at like 1 hour and a half mark, is a lot of girls are calling men sassy nowadays. There's a sassy man apocalypse. You know, Emma, what is your interpretation, or do you believe in that word? Like, or you know, what's your interpretation of that word? Sassy.
I look at it like jokingly with the sassy man apocalypse.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's just like, I think the videos of those guys
Yeah.
are like the guys who are been in the relationship with their girl and like her like little attitude is starting to bounce back on them and they're just kind of giving it back in the same way that she was.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
like those are the videos that I see that I think are really cute.
Yeah.
But I think sassy's just like a little bit of attitude. Like
Gotcha.
giving a little bit back the same way that someone gives you. Because I feed off people's energy. So like what you give to me is like what I'm going to kind of give back to you. So like if you're a little sassy to me, like I'm going to bring it right back. So I don't know.
Got you.
I think it's cute, the little sassy apocalypse.
Do you know what we're talking about as far as like sassy? You know what that means?
Nah, what was that?
All right. So in my interpretation of sassy, right? It's men making videos online. Now, this is not just what it is, but this is a section I want to talk about. Like, for example, let's say a guy makes a video saying, fellas, you know, if she ain't calling you, you know, if she ain't texting you, if she ain't checking up on you, if she ain't giving you a gift here and there, then, you know, you got to fall back. And then a girl will respond, oh, these men want to be the bitches. They want you to call them. They want you to make the first, you know what I mean? It's like the girls are interpreting that as, oh, so you want to be a woman now. You want to take our role of like being pursued and courted. You want that done to you as well.
That's some toxic ass shit. That's some toxic ass shit. That's ridiculous. Nah. So that's what being sassy is.
That is it's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of it.
I thought it was like little cute couple videos of the guy being like sassy back.
It's
like
so,
being actually like sassy, like sassy.
I think
Like,
if you take the
attitude.
word sassy, there's like legs of it, right? So what the sassy I'm seeing is girls saying, "Oh, these men, they want to be the bitches. They want you to call them. They want you to, make the first move."
You
Like,
seen that one that I just
Oh,
saw
I
the
missed the joke.
homegirl. I just saw the homegirl the other day. Close friends, a post from. You saw that thing that's been going viral, the Ruby Rose joint with that dude or
yeah,
whatever?
all I saw was them kissing. That's all.
Yeah, but nah, females is just frying, bro. Cause like I guess I don't know for women's standards or whatever. It was like he's not the most attractive individual. Or
Sure,
whatever,
yeah.
and they was frying him for it. And then a female was like, "Ladies, let this be a note. Ugly guys are winning something, and the good attractive guys are too
Sassy.
feminine or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Or something like that. That's so it's
Somewhat,
basically
sure.
saying that. It was
Somewhat,
sassy
sure,
type
sure,
thing,
yeah,
right?
sure, yeah.
Nah, that's some bullshit. Cause we could just sit here and talk about, all right, you bitches is niggas then. Cause the way these females be talking nowadays, like they want to be men. So I see it both ways. To be honest, I think it's a two-way street. I don't see no problem with a man wanting to be taken care of and looked after too. I feel like that's what it was used to be back in in traditional values days. Women used to look after their men, used to take care of their men, used to hold the crib down, used to come home from work and have a hot meal fresh ready for them when they got back from the crib and all of that. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't that's some bullshit to me as far as calling men sassy for wanting to be cared for too. That don't make no damn sense to me. That's some toxic ass 2023 shit.
Got you. Anybody have any closing comments or things to add before we wrap up today's show?
You go first, ladies first.
No, just like thanks for joining us again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I ain't got much to say, but hey, we're gonna keep going up, guys. We're gonna add, more stuff to the studio, get big guests in here, and just keep this rolling. Shooting every Thursday. Episode probably up by Friday. Just keep going. Anything else you wanna add?
Shout out to Chad, bro. Been putting in mad work for real. Shout out to this beautiful lady as well on the left. Very, very intuitive woman. Be like her. For real.
Not all
Be
the way.
like
I got
her.
problems.
Yeah, not all the way. Like, hold
I
on.
got problems too.
Hey, we all got our issues,
We
me
all do.
included. But at the end of the day, it's about finding a mutual understanding because this shit is way easier. I feel like society making it way harder than it needs to be. Stop letting this toxic ass narratives on social media drive how you treat people. Because at the end of the day, we still all human beings, and we need to take time to understand one another. And I said a lot of points, you feel me, regarding the narrative of women, but men. Y'all niggas need to stop being little hoe ass niggas and stop doing fuck shit and stop entertaining these women that be on that sexualized energy and then boom, you getting mad because you not pulling them or you spend an esoteric amount of bag because there's probably a woman that's been sitting there right by your side that probably was everything you needed and then some, but that's not what you saw. And then vice versa for women. Stop having these esoteric expectations for men when you probably had an esoteric amount of men that was ready to provide for you and be what you need, not what you want. So it's both ways for both sides. So that's pretty much what I feel like. Respect to everybody, but it needs to be peace, love. Fuck all that toxic shit.
All right, y'all. You have a good day now. Peace.
Bye.